Evening.
And here we are, lads.
Good evening.
Greetings. Evening. How's it going, Paul? Tom?
Yeah, really good, thank you.
Good, thanks, mate. You? Well, sorry.
Splendid, mate. Yeah, well, yeah, not bad, mate. I suppose it's all as can be. But yeah, already I'm looking in the comments. We've already got 37 already in the house, so that's they've obviously come for one reason and one reason only, I'm sure. But yeah, we'll go on to that later on. As always, I think Jay's joining us. I'm 100% sure. I'm sure Jay's joining us. So we will be it will be a full house this week. And yeah, like I said, one of you guys are going to be going on with a fantastic MP40 today. Now I've got my trusty so-called, how can I put it, Wheel of Fortune master, as in my good friend Paul. He's going to be doing it, so we'll do it later on. Probably maybe about 8:30 we'll do it. And what you need to put down after 8:30 is you need to put down MP40 giveaway to be in with a chance to win it. So once you put MP40 giveaway, after 8:30, we'll draw it just before, after 9:30. We'll say 9:30, yeah? And then we'll draw it just before the end of the show. And yeah, I think it's, like I said, incredible prize from Jez and Steve from Exodus. Reached out and yeah, offered it us. So yeah, absolutely over the moon with that, and really appreciate it. But as always, first things first, as is customary on the channel, we always look and see who's joined us. And as usual, Tony, he put this comment at 4:29 at 4:30 this afternoon. So please don't tell me you've been waiting since 4:30 this afternoon to come on this live stream, mate. But I appreciate it as always.
He's a patient man. Well, he's a reefer, isn't he? And as a reefer, you're patient. You know, we wait months to do something. So 3.5 hours is nothing.
Oh, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Let's reframe that. Yeah, we as a reefer, we're patient. Not many reefers are patient, Paul. That's the problem. You know what I mean? A lot of us want to get it there and then and get it done. But Tony, as always, appreciate it, mate, for joining in. Russell, evening, Russell. Simply Reef Life, evening, Simply Reef. Scott, our good friend, always. Let's have a look what he's quickly saying. R4 waiting. Yeah, that's just exactly what I've just said. You must be either passed out with bored or on full sugar hypo from 10 boxes of popcorn and anticipation. He's probably on that, to be honest, Scott. So let's leave it at that. Yeah, he's probably on that one. Tekker's Reef, evening, Tekker. Riggsy, evening, Riggsy. John Wright, evening, John, as always, our good friend. MB Reefing, evening, Reefer. We'll come back to this question. How's everyone's week's been? We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that one as well. Cottage Reef, evening, Cotty. Skids is in the house, evening, Skids. Howard, evening, Howard. He's saying that he's not been on here much for the lives. Bit of caught up after. Hope you are all well. Yep, well, we're all doing well, mate. I appreciate that. Rennie's Reef, evening, Rennie. UK M120. Darren, as always. Lee, evening, Lee. Hope you're well, my friend. Let it Swimmer is in the house. Thank you for joining. Reef 216. Lee's Reef, evening, Lee. Reef. Stuart is in the house, evening, Stuart. Martin Temple, evening, Martin. Hope you're well. Aquarium, what's up?
Yeah.
How's it going, my friend? Nice seeing you in the house. John's Reef UK, evening, John. Daryl, the man with the best thumbnail or picture. That's probably got to be one of the best, sure. Evening, Daryl. Gills, Liam, how's it going, my friend? Hope you're well.
Jill's in the house. Jill's with us.
Jill's in the house. Yeah, appreciate it, Jill. Into the flutter his eyelids to win an MP40, mate. Fingers crossed. Hope you well. Hope you do, mate. Marek P, evening, Marek. Haley, Evening, hey, Lee. As always, mate, appreciate you joining. This one, I never know how to pronounce it. I don't know. Is it Ice 133 or is it I33 Snow? Or I don't know. Whatever it is, mate.
Might be Lee.
Oh, it could be Lee, yeah. Backwards, yeah. Lee Snow. Could be, yeah. Whoever you are, good evening. Julie, as always, evening. God, there's loads of people in today. Woody's Reef, evening Woody. Andy, evening Andy, and Chris Allen. 1-1, evening 1-1, and finally Sky Marine. So, you know what, guys? Already 57, 58 people already in this stream already. So, really appreciate you all joining, and we'll go back to one of the questions that well, let me see who's mentioned. I can't remember. Oh, MB Reefing. We'll go on to what first is. Hello, Reefers. How's everyone's week's been? So, which one of you guys want to start it off?
Not me. It's always me that starts.
Yeah, we'll go with Tom. Yeah, you start, Tom. Yeah, we won't break it. We won't break
All
it.
right, tradition.
How should we been, Tom? Yeah, you've got to do the tradition. Yeah.
Good, mate. Thank you. Good. Yeah.
Is it going all right, mate? Yeah. Any new additions or any things happening to your tank?
Yeah, we put a couple of new frags in yesterday. I've got to give a big shout out
nice.
to two guys that I met yesterday that were really, really helpful. I went out and had a trip. It was Drippy actually that recommended these guys. They were out in Lincolnshire, which is about an hour from me, 45 minutes, an hour from me.
Right.
And yeah, it was great. Coral Creations, check them out on Facebook. Really friendly couple of guys. Systems immaculate, really clean, cracking amount of LPS, few SPS, but yeah, the prices were just ridiculous. Really cheap, really good, really friendly. Yeah, you definitely need to give them a visit if you're not too far away from them. Yeah, picked up a few SPS frags, put them in yesterday. Woke up this morning.
Yeah,
fingers crossed that there was no white ghost or whatever. But yeah, we're all right. Everything's all right so far. So yeah, fingers crossed.
Oh, well, that's good. Yeah. Well, how's your parameters and all that running now? Because they were I want the in the past like your PO4 and stuff. So are they all maintaining a stable thing now?
Phosphate's holding at about 0.05. I'd like it slightly lower, but I'm happy with it. It's not an issue. Nitrates is about 5, so again, not an issue. The one thing that has increased is obviously I've increased flow, as you can probably see, or I might not be able to see behind me.
Yeah. You can see that.
Yeah. And with the flow, and I've increased the lighting slightly, which has had a bit of a detrimental effect to the temperature, which I'm not too worried about just yet, but I'm keeping an eye on it. So we shall see. Yes, Reef Creations. Tom, he was one of the guys that I met yesterday. Really helpful, really knowledgeable. Nice. Need to go and give these guys a visit. They reminded me of when I first got in the hobby. Definitely worth a visit. Definitely go and see them.
Well, Tommy, I appreciate you watching, mate. And yeah, we'll definitely check them out for sure. Absolutely, mate.
Yeah. The kind of prices that if somebody's, when somebody's sort of like, do I get another coral? Can I afford it? Do I risk it? Am I ready for that? Should I get that? Go and see them.
Yeah.
They give you some really independent advice, clean systems, open sumps so you can see how they run the systems. The QT all the fish, which hats off to them before they pass them on.
Yeah, that's brilliant. That's good
yesterday.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
Yeah.
And I just got the impression that they won't sell you something if either it wasn't right to be sold or you weren't right to buy it, which again for me was.
And you know what? I love that.
So refreshing.
I love that, mate, because you know what? Yeah. Too many companies, and I understand LFS stores are in a predicament in a sense of, they need to make money. Times are hard and short for sure, yeah. But I always lose trust in them when, like I said, I'm not going to mention no names. We all know who it is, yeah. But when people try to sell you something and your tank is not ready for it, to me, that just says a lot about the company itself, about the person itself, is that they're just in it to make the money, Now, whereas somebody is like say for instance, you could buy a high-end SPS for your tank, but it's only been running 4 or 5 months or whatever. They might say, no, if I was to you, just hold back for another couple of months, yeah. Just let your tank stable, and they're losing out on a deal, aren't they? On a sale, yeah. But you know what they're doing it for? They're doing it for the hobby, and they're doing it for the long term because they know that you're going to come back, yeah. And for me, I would rather have that 100% any day of the week than have somebody to sell me something and then go home, put it in the tank, and it died the next day or 2 days later. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense.
And that's what was so refreshing, because their pricing model is literally designed around encouraging people into the hobby, not putting them off. You know, so you're talking frags. You know, some of the SPS frags I picked up yesterday were like, you know, £20, and there was some nice, you know, some name stuff.
Yeah.
LPS slightly a little bit more expensive, but yeah, you know. The thing with these guys, I could see it was they were into the hobby. I get that people, it's a business, because I've got my own business. I get that we've got to make money, cover your overheads, etc.
Yeah.
But at the same token, it just sort of it was refreshing. I drove home with a smile on my face, and it was nice to see that, like, you know, they were just there for the right reasons, as well as making a bit of a profit out of it. And their philosophy was they'd rather sell corals so that people came back time and time again. And for me, again, that was reminding me so much of 10, 15 years ago when I first started. And it was just refreshing. It was nice. Really nice to meet them both. Yeah. Luke, big shout out to Luke who runs it. Big shout out to Luke. You know, when I started talking about acros, he was honest. He was like, I don't know as much as this guy. Handed me over to Tom, another Tom, and he was great. You know, and it was nuttier, as Drippy would say, as a squirrel's fart. But it was great to meet, and I'll keep in touch with him because he knows quite a bit. So yeah, and again, I think that was, for me, it was nice to leave that shop. You know, they're on tonight. They're viewing. I talked to them about channel, so they've added to the channel. You know, not just because they want to win an MP40, but it just builds the community. And I think that for me, you know, we talked about it in the chat. For me, that's what originally I stayed in the hobby for as long as I have, because of the people I've met along the way. You know, the ups and downs that we all have, and you share those good and bad, you know, experiences. So yeah, big shout out to them guys.
Exactly. Absolutely, I will 100% definitely. And like I said, when I get my new tank and get it all up, 100% I'll be paying them a visit, mate. That's for sure. But like I said, it is refreshing to hear that, mate. To be fair, you know, like exactly what you just said. I don't have every word. You know, it's people who are honest in the hobby for you know, for loving the hobby rather than just making pure profit. You know what I mean, and stuff. And like I said, it's a business. I get it. Don't get me wrong. You know, I'm not that stupid. I don't understand that side of it. But you know, I always believe that if you're in that, you know, if it was me, like for me, I wouldn't make that. If it was my livelihood and I needed to make the money, then sure, all right, I get it, But for me, this is a hobby. You know what I mean? And I like to see people where they're like in the hobby, but they're also in the business at the same time, and they're not like ripping people off, and they're honest. You know what I mean? That's really refreshing to know that there's still people out there that are doing that. To be honest, so I will definitely pay him a visit once my new tank is up and running, and we're started, mate. Definitely. So yeah, Tom, appreciate you joining the
you're welcome, mate.
live stream.
So Tom, is it an LFS, like a shop, or? Yeah,
it's proper LFS, bricks and mortar. I don't know much about it. Like I said, Drippy put me onto them. It's about an hour from me, and it's a bricks and mortar, so it's proper shop, pet shop license, etc. And I think it was originally started on freshwater and tropical. I might be wrong, but yeah, they've got freshwater section from what I saw yesterday. Luke started again, from what I know, pretty much as a bit of a shed seller in his back garden, in his house. Built it up from there, tank breakdowns, and he just saw, you know, an opportunity to give people a source of corals that without breaking the bank, in a nutshell, and still make a little bit of profit. He went and set up within an existing shop, and he's flying. And you know what? The combination between the two of them yesterday, I was there for about 2 hours, and in all honesty, if it was round the corner, I'd have been there all day, because they were the kind of people that you remember why you're in the hobby. You know, sharing knowledge and pictures and videos and all that sort of stuff, information. But one of them didn't know, the other one kind of did, and they complemented each other really well, which was refreshing for me. Instead of talk to somebody that pretends they know kind of like, you know, everything, or they were just really honest. I'm not really sure about that. I'll ask so and so, and vice versa. And they were just really good. And I think for me, you know, there's a lack of that sometimes when I've been to certain shops, you know. And I'm not sat here tonight saying pretending I know everything, because I don't. But it's nice to be around people that have gone through similar, like I said earlier, ups and downs as you have, because you can share those sort of, like, you know, those pains and gains, or whatever you want to call it, within the hobby. But no, for somebody, if you're out there and you're feeling the pinch still after Christmas and you want to put a new coral in your tank and you fancy something a bit different and you know you don't want to go crazy on price, give them a visit, because the prices were unreal, especially LPS. You know, some of the hammers, the frog spawns, the quality was just really, really good. The tanks were so clean.
Yeah.
Fish again QT'd, which for me is a massive pat on the back to them both for doing it. You know, they don't have to, but they decided to do it. So fair play to them.
That's not a small task. They've got to stand in your tanks, and that's money you're not earning.
And they're honest. They're honest. I mean, they lift the price of the fish a slight bit to compensate for the work and the time and the materials to do it. But I'd pay for that twice over. Exactly.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
So obviously you mentioned before, like, you've got flow there going on in your tank. So what have you added to your tank, Tom?
Well, I've not gone crazy. As I said, you know, I'm a little bit, you know, not superstitious, I suppose, but a little bit standoffish to go a bit crazy and, you know, have a massive plurge on certain corals. But I just think I know it sounds a bit horrible because they are living animals, but I am it is a bit of a, you know, trial and error really, with the lighting, with the flow, with the fact it's only 4 months old. And people say you put him in after a week, blah blah blah, but you know, what I'd rather do. And if I can see corals that are what I would say sort of beginner to medium level, that are all right, polyp extension, they're getting the right amount of flow, then I will go out and spend X amount on a higher range coral. Why would I do it the other way around? That'd be just stupid. I'd be throwing my money away. Do you know what I mean? It makes no sense. But the corals that I had on my, you know, wish list when you came to see me, Steve, however many months ago, that I always wanted, you know. So I've got a few classics in there. Yeah. You know, I've got a tricolour, I've got a red dragon, you know, and let's see how they go. And if they don't, I haven't broke the bank. But if they do, happy days.
No.
Yeah.
You know. Exactly. Yeah. And that's what you got to do. It's like, it's just
a bit of common sense.
I mean, I know what you're saying. Yeah, it's common sense. Yeah, I was going to say that. That's what I was thinking. It's like common sense. You're not gonna go out there and spend a ludicrous amount of money of high-end frags, and then, you know, like you said, I know it sounds awful because they're still a living animal and stuff, but the reality is you want to see them, make sure that your water quality and everything is right and stable before you go anywhere near anything like that. You know what I mean? For sure. And I get that, mate. For sure.
I agree.
So have you added more flow to your tank there, Tom? What have you added?
Yeah, so I've added 4. So I'd already got them from the garage when I shut the garage down. I've added 4 Neptune WAVs onto the existing Apex that I've got.
Yeah, because you didn't want to add any wave makers, did you? Originally, that was your plan, wasn't it? Just to go off the returns, wasn't it?
A good friend of mine who works at an LFS to me, Alex, who I think's watching tonight, he gave me a piece of a table in acro to try. Which I put in, which was one of my favourites, which probably I'm just slightly contradicting what I've just said to an extent. But no, I put that in, and like I say, I had a bit of polyp extension, and then I was watching the polyps, and they just did not move. There was no movement at all. There was no flow, and I was like, right, we need to do something about this. So that last weekend just. It is. I mean, you saw the bill, Steve. You've been here. You've seen the tank.
I know. I just can't understand. I just can't understand it. Like, you've got 24,000 litres, 24,000 litres an hour of pumps, mate. I mean, and your tank is what? 1,000 litres? Is it?
Right, it's 1,400. Yeah, 1,400.
1,400 litres, right? So you've got 24,000 litres, theoretically, that can push through it. So why on earth? I always think, well, like, why isn't there enough flow in it? You know what I mean? Like, do you think it's because of, like, corners? You have angles. You have 90.
I was thinking direction.
Elbows will slow it down.
Yeah, elbows. Yeah. So do you think that could slow it down by? But what we've got to look at, or what we've got to think of, is like, how much does that slow it down by? You know what I mean? Yeah. So theoretically, if you've got 24,000 litres an hour of pushing of engine, basically pushing it through, and you're saying there's hardly any movement when it hits to your tank. To me, really, in theory, when they say 10 times turnover, it should only be 14,000 litres an hour, shouldn't it, on your tank, theoretically?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm wrong.
The turnover,
the turnover, 10 times turnover, don't they?
Yeah, the turnover is immense. I'm definitely getting the turnover in terms of the water volume because it comes through the sump so quickly, and that was one of the reasons why without I would have struggled to have run a roller filler. It would be constantly bypassing.
Too much.
Too much. But again, this goes back to what I said a minute ago with the frags. It's trial and error. I've got the power meter. I'm lucky enough to be able to test, what levels of power I've got in certain areas. But at the same token, until you've got those frags, it's difficult to ascertain the levels of flow you've got in those areas until you see polyp extension or no polyp extension, providing they're settled, obviously, and they're happy with the parameters. But no, for me, and the thing that I like about the Neptune WAVs, and again, each to their own different brands, is that because they run on the Apex as well, you can tell them all to sort of run. You can give them the sizes of the tank, as in tell your power heads the size of your tank and the water volume you're pushing, and you can set up a system so they all work independently, which obviously you struggle to link other brands that can do that other than through maybe one controller. Whereas with the Apex, you can have up to, you can have three WAVs on a one link, and then they connect to the Apex, and you can literally run as many as you want. So I'm running 4 at the minute. So I've got two on the back wall, which is helping push flow that way. Yeah, behind me. So 2 on this way, and then two on the other side of the way, pushing that way.
That's some serious flow, that, mate. That's some serious flow, that. Wow.
I think it's to do with direction. If you think about what they're designed for, they're uninterrupted.
Yeah.
They're open, and so therefore, different ones you get different spread, won't you? So I think you're not only you're pulling the water and pushing it. It's no resistance, is there? So I think it's in an ideal
world. If I'd not got the mitered corner in it, it's not it's not a peninsula tank. It's against the wall, and I've only got two real viewing angles, viewing windows, should I say? But because of the mitered corner that I had done, the last thing I want to be doing is putting it, as you know, Steve, because you saw it, he's putting a power head on it. So
I get it.
But what I will say is this is early days. You've got growth, you've got corals, you've got so many different caveats to it. So who knows? I've talked to Liam Gill's Aquarium about, maybe putting tons of water box in. Who knows? There's lots of things, in the future. But the one thing you can't do is just because aesthetically you don't want a power head. If your corals need a power head, as we're going to talk about tonight, you need to give them a power head. You need to give them flow.
Yeah. So, you need to give them
flow. I do like those Tunzi boxes.
Yeah.
Because they'll sit there, not hidden, but they're kind of almost obscured, aren't they? They kind of blend into the back.
For me, I just recessed them either side of the weir box, you see, is what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I've never seen one in the flesh, so I don't know, if that would actually work. But for me, I just thought it would recess at the side of the weir box and it wouldn't be too much of an eyesore. To be fair to the WAVs, they're not that bad. They don't stand out. And again,
you got a big tank.
Big tank black backing. Well.
Yeah.
The fish aren't right happy, I'll be honest. I need to set a program up on it. I've got them all, they're at about 80% at the minute on different sort of, I'm just trialing again, dabbling with different settings in terms of different, pulse mode and this, that, and the other. But I need to make a setting so that at night the fish have got a little bit less flow because Clive's, the copper band, he's been floating around like a crisp packet in the wind, bless him, last couple of days. So I need to slow it down for him, I think. So yeah. But no, I'm happy. Corals in, polyp extension, flow. So who knows? This time next year, Rodney.
Yeah, 10 pair.
Hey, fair play. Fair play to you, mate. So, Paul, what about you, mate? How's things going in your massive tank there? Is everything going okay?
Yes and no.
As your good lady would say, your massive tank who loves it.
She absolutely hates this tank with a passion. So I tend not to talk much about this tank because it doesn't go down well. So in terms of the corals, they've never looked so good. So as some people, I've got dinos, and it's not ones that will be killed off by UV. So I'm dosing phyto, bacteria during the week once, miracle mud, and also silicate. Because if you increase the silicate, you can then, if it goes higher and higher, it can create a diatom bloom that will outcompete the dinos and kill off the dinos. So it's not getting worse; it's getting slightly better. I've started putting a bit of extra sand there, so you can see that's why, because I've got hardly any sand. So the theory is, and I haven't read, I'm just guessing, I've got a small tank set up in the garage. We've just got some live sand in, feeding bacteria to keep it alive, and every so often I'm pouring some sand in there. So the aim is to get half an inch sand the whole way around on the fact that I've got more surface area. And it's beginning to get better in terms of the rocks beginning to. They say it can take about 6-8 weeks to clear, but actually the corals are looking really, really good. The colours are probably the best I've had because they've got the miracle mud, they've got phyto. I'm putting pods in every week, so I'm absolutely chucking loads of stuff in it. And also I've started to dose also the tropic marine. I think it's balance, which is a form of carbon dosing to convert the phosphate, because I'm not doing water changes. I'm a bit concerned about the nutrients going up, and the nutrients and the phosphate was going up quite a bit. So I've started about 3 weeks ago dosing that to see if I can convert the phosphate. And at the moment, it's on fire. So
is it worth it?
Yeah, so they're holding them out. So actually, I was concerned the phosphates and nitrates go up and up and up.
Keep going up.
But they're not. They're pretty stable, which I'm really surprised, considering I haven't done a water change for about a month now. I mean, the tank is 15 months old, so it should be able to hold its own.
You're in those situations though, isn't it? Sort of like, are you sure that's right? It's working. Is it really working? Are you sure? Well, it's almost like you get that. I don't want to jinx anything for you, Paul, but it's like me when my phosphate started coming down with the zeolite. I was like, really? It's working? I know it's meant to work, but it's just sometimes in this hobby you just get that sort of sucked into this. Everything's going wrong, and I can't do this, and I'm fighting phosphate and this, that, and the other. That when you actually see some light at the tunnel, it's quite refreshing.
Well, it's a little bit. I hope it's not a train coming the other way, but we'll
all right, okay.
We'll see. So I think it's a slow process, and all I'm doing is sticking to feeding the same amount. So I split the feed into twice a day, so there's no food left.
Yeah,
I've cut the lighting down, so I think I've done everything I possibly can at this stage, and then see what happens. As long as the fish are okay, as long as the corals are okay, and it's not getting worse, because those kind of things, when they get worse, they tend to then go onto the corals. They irritate the corals. They kill the corals. So touch with everything is really, really colourful, and hopefully you can see that. I mean, that Goniopora there is massive. It's really, really big. So so that's the only thing I'm gutted about is I can't add any more corals. I've got loads of corals I like to put into it, but I can't. So just holding fire, because I don't really want to put more corals in. Because every time you put a coral, you put different things in, it then creates a chain reaction potentially in terms of what that coral impacts the rest of the tank. And as it's only a small tank, a bigger coral has a much bigger effect than obviously sticking it into yours, Tom. You wouldn't be fussed whatsoever. So that's that tank. So that's fine. I bought my first acro for ages. I think it's an acro anyway. So I bought a Sowberry from a guy I know. So I thought, let's put an acro in the other tank. And then it was interesting when I was speaking to him, and I hadn't seen it. I don't see anywhere near as many SPS for sale as I used to. So I used to see like Red Planet for sale, Red Dragon, Lemonade, Cadillac, all those kind of ones, tricolor acros, all of those I could get really, really easy locally. And I haven't really been into SPS for at least 2 or 3 years. And all of a sudden I'm looking saying, well, I'll get some SPS. But in terms of people locally, you don't see hardly any SPS on the market. And he's got an SPS dominated tank, really, really nice tank. And he said he's struggling to get high end ones, and he gets most of his from single breaks, because he knows that Christian has got frags that not many other people have got. If they have, they're not sellers or they don't advertise. So I think compared to maybe it's because trends change and more people into LPS. I don't know, but I mean SPS are harder, aren't they? He's got tons of flow. He's got loads of lighting, so his costs are probably going to be higher than having an LPS.
I think our hobby, unfortunately, is subject to being a fashion as well. Whether it's the latest coral, the latest gadget, gizmo, whatever. And I think we'll all hold our hands up that we've all fallen into that pit at some point of following the latest trend and craze. And I think there's a lot of corals out there.
It's always been like that, Tom, though, hasn't it? Forgive me. Yeah, it's always been
like that. Massive.
You know what I mean?
Oh, God, yeah.
Always been. You know what I mean? It's not just like over the last year or so, or 6 months or whatever. It's always been like it's like Paul said. It's either been the latest crazy, it's always latest crazy torches, latest crazy, like you said, stuff from Reef Factory or wherever it may be. You know what I mean? It's always been like people get on the bandwagon for sure. You know what I mean? But I think it'll always be like that. Something will always be like that.
I do, but I think you reach a point in the hobby where you sort of say, well, all right, that frag's, I don't know, 80, 90 pounds, but it don't look much different to this one that was 20 pounds. And I really like this one that was 20 pounds. And I had a really good success with it. And I really like that colour contrast against that colour, and things like that.
I'm not being funny, but when you see it in a shop, and it looks unbelievable, or when on a photo when you're like, wow, that is incredible. 100 times out of 100 times, you'll get it home into your tank and it will never look like that. It will never look like that. It'll change colour no matter what. It'll change colour. So I get exactly. I get it. I mean,
just walk around your house with orange glasses on all the time.
Yeah. You do, yeah. Your missus going, you look like a right. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, I did it. I used to do it all the time. My missus was like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Sat there like Elton John at piano.
Yes, you do.
Waiting for the colour to change. Yeah. So Gary's asking what I'm after. I'd love to get a pink table in acro, but they're quite. I know they take absolutely ages to grow out. But I don't think on SPS one you can't beat a table in acro. I think when they start growing out, they look absolutely fantastic. So I know exactly the spot I want to put it in the other tank. But and if I could get 2 or 3 pieces, I'd buy 2 or 3 pieces as long as it's not cost through the roof. And then I've got a piece of rock like that, it's flat. Put it in 3 places fairly close, and they'll start growing into one another. And then they'll grow quicker because I know table in acros could take for an age to actually get to 4 or 5 inches as a table.
Well, a red planet's a table in acro, isn't it, for a start?
Yeah, I've only had red planets a couple of times, and I love those, but they've never tabled for me. They've done, maybe I haven't had them long enough. They've started to encrust, which is always a good sign, and they've grown out and they've seen more branching to me than they have encrusted. So tabled. Now, whether that's because of the flow, it could be that it wasn't in open water. I think you need them in open water, getting hit flow from both sides. And it was in the tank. Frags all over the shop, just like you had, Stephen. And then you can't get the coals to grow as they should do. So I think that was the
favorite table in acro I've ever owned. Well, was the Efflow, the Efflorensis. That was a really nice table in acro. I'd definitely recommend that.
And that brings us on to what we could talk about. Obviously, we were talking about a lot of it, to be honest. Anyway, we could talk about that. It's like how important is flow in your tanks. That's what I think we should talk about. Is like how important do people think it's important? Do they think it's very important? Do they think it's not so important, or are they really not that bothered in terms of flow? I mean, I think as you learn and understand more in the hobby, I realise how much important flow is, and I do believe that, like, obviously with my new tank, when I get my new tank, I'm escape, that I'm getting is like my whole idea about that is about the flow, that I'm getting flow from all directions from other side, like yours, Tom, really. Like I love that one on the right hand side. I've always said I love that scape of yours. It's fantastic, mate, especially the one on the right hand side. it just seems like it's got so much areas where the flow can go through. It's not blocked off in any way. It's perfect. In my eyes, I think that's the perfect scape. You know what I mean? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can figure out a pole, and if I can bring this pole up. I know Paul's told me how to do it 1,000 times, yeah, maybe more than that actually. And I do try and struggle with it, but I'm going to try and see if I can do it this time. So if I can, I'm going to put out a poll. So comment below and see whether we what it gets. But I think input flow, especially with. But then again, though, yeah, I suppose it depends on what corals you're going for. Whether it's SPS, LPS, soft corals. Does it matter whether you have high flow, low flow, medium flow, soft flow? I don't know. It's debatable, I suppose, and this is what's good.
Do you know what I think, Steve? Over the last year or so, with the Gonioporas and also torches, the torch that's done the best for me has had the highest flow. So the one in the floating aquascape is high up, it's getting flow from both sides, and it's just waving around like that. And I've struggled in that floating aquascape when I've put other torches in because I can't recreate that flow. Because the torch is so bloody big, and all the other spaces I've put torches, I just can't get the flow right. So I've actually taken them out. Other than that one, I'm not putting torches in there anymore because I can't get the flow right. Because I think if they get too low flow or they get too battered, they don't extend as much. But if you get it right, they'll extend.
I was going to say that
a good 3, 4, 5, 6 inches.
Yeah. I was going to say that to you. I was going to say that. Because you know what, it's funny you should say that, because when I had mine in my other tank, when I battered them with flow, they didn't extend as much, but then when I moved them down onto the ground, or lower down into the ground, on the lower side, on the left-hand side of the tank, and I had it as medium flow, it seemed to, they seemed to extend way more. They was extended way more, like I said, polymer extensions 2, 3, 4 inches. There was a lot bigger. So, and yet when you see Jay's tank and his power heads like battered in them, they seem like they've been extended like there's no tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? So it's crazy how, like, is it certain species of corals do like certain ones like higher flow, like maybe Indonesia or what? I don't know. It's crazy, mate. But when you see Jay's are getting battered all over the show, but they look fully extended. You know what I mean? Whereas mine would always curl up when they got battered. Do you know what I mean?
And the Goniopora as well, because I found in this one again,
that
one there is again, it's waving around, not as much as the ones that Jay has, but this one's extension is just probably the best I've had on a Goniopora. And it's in a nano tank because the flow is pretty good. But if I put one that was kind of there underneath it probably won't get the flow. But I need to put another. I'm going to put another power head over here, I think, because I haven't got enough power in there. So I think I put a small power head there, and it can go along. And then I can probably put some, once the dinos are gone, put some other corals in. Whereas chalice, they can just have a little bit of flow. As long as it takes off the detritus, they'll be fine. But they don't need, I find, a lot of flow for them to do well.
No.
You know, the biggest thing I like about flow, Paul. Go on. Guess? No?
Go on. No.
Well, it helps with pH.
Oh, right.
Jay's not on it yet.
Get rid of that CO2 and add that oxygen back into your water. That's what you need to do with flow.
CO2 scrubber, because you've done that as well, haven't you? The last week.
I have, no, but high flow increases the oxygen into the water and helps take CO2 out. So in theory, in a nutshell, it helps raise the pH.
Yeah.
So
I've almost come to the conclusion that flow is more important than lighting, only because I mean, if I look at most lighting you've got right, I'd actually agree. I'd agree. Right.
No, I would agree. I'd agree with it.
I think I'd
agree with it on
that.
Lighting, majority of corals, need light to grow.
I didn't say that.
Never said no.
I didn't say that, right?
No.
Let me finish, and then you can have a go at me afterwards.
All right.
The vast majority of the lights on the market today are sufficient to light your tank. So I got the Gen 3s, which is 8 years old, and the Gen 4, which must be 5 years old. I just set them up on the whatever setting you have for Ecotech, and then you play with the intensity, and that's it. And you just leave them and they go. I know you got to position your corals, whereas I think flow is more intricate, and you've got to probably, the more corals you put in, the more more flow you've got to put, because it starts blocking it out. I know you can have that with light because you've got corals that are potentially shadowing. Yeah. I think in terms of today, the lighting is so good, and LEDs have come a long way, that I think most corals you could just stick them in the tank and the lighting you've got will be sufficient. Now, of course, you've got a position, and sometimes you've got more of a risk of blasting too much light in your corals than not enough. Whereas
true.
Okay, you can blast them too much. That's where I'm coming from. So I'm not saying you shouldn't have light unless it's an MPS.
Flow linked to light. Flow can help with light, because if you've got the right amount of flow, it can work as a bit of a diffuser at the same time, so you don't have hotspots on certain corals, and a magnifier as well, so it can do both. But I think for me, the flow is like, you need to remember it's helping nutrients get into the coral, or so the coral can access nutrients, but also crap away. You know, so that's why for me it would stack up slightly higher than lighting for me. I'm not saying no lighting, Steve. I'm just saying,
because he's got Gen 6s, hasn't he? He spent a lot of money on them, and we're rubbishing his Gen 6s.
No, I'm not rubbishing it at all.
No, I know we're not.
I'm not rubbishing it. Hey, I'm not. No, I listen. I totally agree. I do agree that flow is important for sure, but I'm thinking lighting. I mean, without light, corals don't grow. Without light, life doesn't exist. So I get it. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying in terms of that for sure. You know what I mean? And flow is definitely important in
without flow, they die.
If you had a power cut, and you could only turn one of your plugs on, what would it be? Would it be a light, or would it be your return pump?
It'd be your return pump for sure. Yeah, for sure.
It'd be me.
I get that.
It'd be me power heads rather than me return pump.
Yeah, your power head. Yeah, to get the flow surface. Yeah, for sure. Well, you know what? What we need to do is we need to go back and see what some of these comments, because we are miles behind. We've got like 63 people in the house, 62 people in the house here. So we need to get back here, or I do.
You do.
And let's see. I'm scrolling up here. So we'll start with our good friend Drippy Reef Geek, as always. Yeah, and he's already saying that he's going to look sick on his MP40. He's going to look sick on his tank. So I'm sure it could be, my friend. Like you said, make sure that you comment below at 9:30. MP40 giveaway. That's where you need to comment at 9:30. Darren has put, do they ship Tom as being after a quarantine shop for a while and don't have the time to do it myself these last few months? So does that shop ship? Do you know?
I couldn't comment. Definitely have a reach out to them. They've got a Facebook page. Reach out to them, or DM me on Instagram. I'll happily talk to you. Not an issue at all.
Yeah. No problem. Red Z, we'll come back to you in a minute, mate, because this could be something we could talk about. Mark, he's put, all right, lads, looking to get a yellowtail wrasse. I already have 2 other wrasses in my 4-foot tank with no problems. Well, good luck to you, mate. I mean, I always thought like you could only have a certain amount of wrasses in the same tank. Well, obviously, like your tank, Tom, is the exception. But like in a certain amount of size tank, is there not a limit to what they do? Because I always thought they become very territorial and they can be very nasty. Is that not the case?
It depends on the wrasse. I mean, I had some that was all okay, and all of a sudden it will turn. So it's no different to any other fish. I think in a 5-foot tank, the most I had 4 peacock, yellow. I had about 6 or 7, but I know people that have loads of wrasse. They're really experts in wrasse.
From memory, it's the families that the wrasses come from, because there's different types of families in the wrasse family.
Right, got you.
And I think that's where some of the issues come in. From memory.
Right. So right, got you. Well, you know what, Mark? Good luck. I hope everything goes well. Lee's put, give him the MP40. I think I don't know who's talking to. Is it? Might be Reef Geek. I think it might be Reef Geek. He's talking about Aquarium. We'll come back to that comment as well. Reef Dabbler, evening, my friend. Hope you are well. Let's have a look. Alex is in the house. Evening, Alex. Let's have a look. I'm just scrolling down so I can see any questions. There
was 2 or 3, weren't there?
Whatever they say.
Topics.
Yeah, there's a couple.
Yeah.
Let's say Tom's Reef flow is important in capital letters, so flow must definitely be important. And like he says it depends upon the corals as well.
Yeah.
Of what you're going for, whether it's low, medium, high, it's important at every level. Absolutely. Critical reefies put a love throw, just gone bare bottom for the first time, so sand being blown around doesn't cause me any problems anymore. Exactly. That's the biggest thing, is like in a tank, it's like you want the coarser, you want the thicker sand, don't you? You know, if you can have like a high, you know, like if you have like an SPS tank. Like you got, Tom, you've got the thicker
gravel,
coral, like, you know, like corals.
Yeah.
You've got chunkier sand, like because you're going to get that flow because you're going all SPS. Exactly what I'm probably going to do. But I love the Fiji pink, you know, the Carib Sea Fiji pink. I do like that stand, So, but it's so fine, mate. I know I couldn't have that in my new tank because I'm going SPS, because I'm going. It'd be like a sandstorm. So there's no point. So like exactly like you said, you've got to. When you're doing your tank, you've got to think to yourself, well, what am I having in it? Is it an SPS? Is it a mixed whatever? This, that. I mean, with my mixed one, I had Fiji, but I also had the thicker stuff as well. You know, the slightly thicker grain. So I laid down top of it. So it was a mixture, you know what I mean? And so that's why it never got blown around. But yeah, that's definitely something to think about, is bare bottom or sand. Sound Studio Evening has put worldwide corals. There's a video on too much flow might strip your SPS. Very true. I mean, SPS don't like the direct flow. I mean, as in like power head there and then literally 2 centimeters or 3 centimeters away. Yeah, they don't like that. Nothing. I don't think anything would like that, to be fair, especially with that. But yeah, it's definitely worth watching if you want to. Thinking of doing that for sure. Jill has put.
He's so getting a Christmas card off me this year.
Big flow is right up there with pH when it comes to healthy corals. So underestimating how much flow corals actually need, especially at SPS. Absolutely, mate. Couldn't agree with you anymore. And Tom's put, Jill speaks words of wisdom. So yes, he very much does so. Let's have a look. John, Mogsys Aquarium, my enlarged prostate causes havoc with my flow. Well, I really wanted to know that, John, but yeah, thanks for sharing that with us. Yeah. I really enjoy that. Let's have a look. I told her, this is a good one. I think variable flow throughout the 24 hours. And you know what? I do that with my little nano tank here that I have. Everything's going, pretty decent, to be fair. But even with this, I mean, the good thing, like we say, like I have I'm running the MP10 on it, as you know, so you can mix it. You know what I mean? So I have I have it alternated. So I have it like reef crest, and then I have it random flow, and then I have it on pulse, and then I also have it on like flow. So it's getting a mix, so it's not getting the same flow. Because believe it or not, I got told like corals adapt to your flow. So if you have it on one specific set thing, so say you have it on constant, your corals will grow in a certain way because they know it's going to be going that way all the time. Whereas if you're mixing it, you're alternating it, so it's like the corals are in two minds. You know what I mean? Oh, we'll grow this way, and that's how it gives the shapes. You know what I mean? So yeah, I have it on that, and that's the one good thing where you can control it with your smartphone or even on the actual controller itself. So much good, and that's why I really do rate the MP10, the Vortex, the Ecotech, because there's just so many different variables that you can put to it. You know what I mean? It's great, and like you said, Tony, you can finger it through 24 hours. You know what I mean? So I totally agree there. I know you ran the Ecotech, don't you, Paul?
I like them. I mean, I like Tunzi as well. So the main ones I have are MP10s, not on now. Doesn't work on that, but on another tank. So I use those as the main ones, and then I do like Tunzis because you can put them in a corner, and they hide quite well, and then you can play with the flow. So I get more one directional from the twinsy that just blasts, and then the random flow from that. So I've got in the 3 foot tank, I've got 2 MP40s, which I thought would be too much. And they both run between about 20 and 50. They're opposite, and they go for about 5 or 6 different. I think they go virtually through all the different styles of flow you can have in there. And also at night, I kind of slightly lower. I don't know why. I've just always done that, and then it ramps up during the day. And it has random, and then you've got the tidal, which I think is really good. It doesn't work so much on that. If you have them on either end, the way it works, and then you kind of get that tide, and also you get a nutrient one, which then puts more on the sand and pulls the cap up. I did go for a stage of setting it up at night just for about half an hour to like 70-80%, because then it really kicks everything up. But it played too much havoc with the sand. I came up and then all the sand would be in one place. And that just kind of didn't work. So I didn't have that right. That's when the MP40. But on the 5 foot, I used to do that at night. I used to ramp it up for half an hour to clean all the rocks and everything. And it worked quite well. And all the rats and everything was asleep. And the corals were asleep. So you weren't damaging the corals, because most of them, the polyps were I suppose,
attracted
on a lot of them.
The thing I'll say about the Vortex, though, fair play to them, and again, I've had a few, is they're just so much easier to clean than others. They're so much easier.
Oh, absolutely.
Mate.
So much easier from a maintenance point of view compared to other brands. They are a lot easier.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the gyres. I say it time and time again. I love the gyres. But the faffing about and the messing and the cleaning and the mess. Oh, mate, it does just drive me mad. Whereas, like you said, the Vortex, you can take them off, have a couple of spares, put a new one on, stick it in citric acid, and it's done, mate. It's so easy.
It's not just that for me with the Vortex. If you've got an established tank, you take the Vortex off. Where I think of my old tank, it leaves a salt mark, so you know exactly where you're putting it back. You take the gyre off, clean it, and it's like, really? Where did I put this before? Because it's like all over the place. You've tilted it. You've got to put the vents on. And you've got to tilt it back, and it's great when they're running optimum. You know, brand new, cleaned, whatever.
I love them, mate.
Cracking bit of kit. But from a weekly bit of husbandry, pain in the ass for me. That's just personal.
No, I agree there. 100% with you there. So hopefully that is that cleared that one up. Let's have a look. Let me see. Paul. Daryl Ali. Paul, how high do you run your lights on your 100 litre blades? One grow, having the foggiest. How high to run them? Paul.
Right, so these are the Red Sea lights. The highest I go up to is blue at 45%, and that is only for 3 hours. Now I have reduced the lighting because of the dinos, and then the whites I run. That's the max that gets up to 25%, but doesn't go 25% very low. So I've turned all the lighting down so that are not feeding the dinos. So I've got it that probably some of the corals could do with a little bit more light, but I've got no SPS in there now. I've got one Hystrix, and that's just hanging in there. It's okay, but everything else like candy cane, Gonioporas, chalice, they're not corals that need intense light. And then the anemones are at the top, so they've gone to the highest point. Actually, they're right in front. Weird, they're right in front of the Nero 3 getting blasted. So they're about 5 inches away from the Nero 3, and they haven't moved. That's where they've perched. So both of them are probably in the highest point of the tank. So they like decent lighting, and they're getting blasted. But they can move, can't they? And they do.
Exactly.
So I haven't got corals that need a lot of light, and so the ones I did have, I took out so that I could turn the light down. So I'd probably turn it up more than 45. If I didn't have SPS, I'd probably go 50, 55, no more, because I don't think it needs it. They're really good lights, or a good light, should I say? But I've turned them down, and I've turned the whites down. I usually run the tank quite white heavy because I like looking at the fish and everything else.
You like the white,
I don't usually I don't usually run a blue tank, other than when it's kind of ramping down. But I know that dinos and things like that love white light. so I've turned it down quite a bit.
Yeah.
So it's not really the true position I want to tank. So I don't
hope that answers your question, Darryl. We'll go on to this one. Mark Swan, are you guys going to Aqua? Now, I know this has been changed. Yeah, I was going to go, I think it was April. It was April, wasn't it? Yeah, just before my birthday. And now it's been changed, I believe, to the September, is it? I think it's been changed to the September, sometime in September. Now, I mean, fingers crossed, I will still be going. Hopefully, I will still be going. Obviously, I'll look at me work schedule and stuff, but fingers crossed, Mark, I will be going there. But obviously, closer to the time, I'll let every one of you guys know 100% whether I'm going. But the likelihood of it is I probably will go to it because I do want to go to it. To be fair, I want to see what it's all about, and to be honest, it'd be great to meet up with people and, like I said, yourselves and the guys on the stream and stuff. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I will be going to it. So I think the same for you two guys, isn't it? To be honest.
Yeah. So I bought a ticket for April, but I don't know if I can go to September. So I've asked for a refund. I think Jay done the same. So he bought a ticket. He's asked for a refund because he doesn't know if he can go in September as well. So I'd like to go, but I won't know until nearer the time.
I'll be going definitely. But like I said to you last week, I would like to try and instigate another meet somewhere for some of us in the hobby.
Yeah.
Don't cost anything. Go to an LFS, put some money in the till, have a brew, have a bacon sarnie, whatever, and chew some reefing chat for a couple of hours. Honest.
Yeah.
Well, I think we had 94% last week, didn't we? 94% last week on the stream said they would attend the meet. That speaks for itself for me. And even if we just rotate it once a quarter, once every 3 months, north, south, Midlands, whatever, make it fair on people, and just try and get back to what the hobby, like I said earlier about the guys I met yesterday. What got me into this hobby was the people I was meeting and getting on with and mixing with, I suppose. And you learn a lot more. I'm not taking anything away from YouTube. So obviously you guys put a lot of work in it. No pun intended with me and my channel, but you learn a lot more from some experienced reefers in shops, than you can do online. You really do.
How's From the Farmers YouTube channel coming along, mate? Is it doing all right? Or
it's doing all right.
How many have you filmed? How many have you filmed? A few,
I'm not telling you. I've done 3. That's all I'm telling you. 3.
You've done 3. Wow.
We'll give you we'll give you the thumbs up, mate. Thumbs up for that. We'll give you the thumbs up for that. Hey, yeah. How's your editing tools going? All right, yeah. Did you get onto your Power Director?
Not started that yet. No, just on camera at the minute. That's it.
Oh, you just filmed
it. Point and
shoot.
You don't need to edit to begin with. Point and shoot works well.
No. Hey, fair play. You know what? Fair play to you, mate. Everybody should get on it, definitely, and just use it as a platform, just to. Basically, as a diary, you know what I mean, and look back and just see how far you go. I look back on mine. Honestly, God, I kid you not. Yeah, the other week, and I was speaking to my missus, and I went, "Oh my God!" And I look back to the very first one I did of this rock rubble monstrosity of a 170. Yeah, when it was just looked like a load of rocks had fallen from a mountain of some sort. Yeah, and I was like, "What in the hell? What in the hell is that all about?" You know what I mean? And then I come on. And then you look back and what I'm doing now, in terms of you don't earn any money from it. It's not about money, but for me, I look back and I think even how good my editing skills has come on in the past 4 or 5 years. I think I'm more chuffed about my editing skills and how I do the camera and stuff like that than I was about my fish keeping. You know what I mean? So it's good. And not only that though, I look back and how far I've come, from never having a tank. To succeeding in one tank and now moving on to the next chapter, you know what I mean? And I think, you know what, I can't wait for this next tank to come, do that, and then, you know what I mean, I'm looking forward to it, mate. And then obviously the little nano, the fluval, keep that going, because that's doing pretty decent, and it's just great, mate. I love the hobby, it's fantastic.
Definitely.
Everybody should be on it. Get a YouTube channel going. Let's have a look. Evening, lads. Alex Brooks, evening. Alex.
It's Alex who gave me the. Sorry, Mogsy. It's Alex who gave me the tabling acro from my LFS. I've sent it on the group chat. So Alex has started working at Fit Filtration in Sheffield. They've got some nice SPS. He's just taken over the SPS bay, and he's put a lot of time and effort into it. Bless him, a lot of hard work, and he's paying dividends. He's seen some cracking colours of some of the stuff, the tabling stuff, like I put in the group chat. And yeah, if you're looking for something, and even Scott, I think, paid him a visit recently, and he went and got a few pieces. So yeah, fair play.
Nice.
Right. Fair play, mate. Fair play. I did. There was another one where somebody left a comment. Oh, there it is. Aquarium. Sorry, there we go. Aquarium. Any comments on running a good canister filter on my all-in-one to get better filtration, as I want to start feeding heavier. Now, to be honest, I've never run a canister filter. Now, obviously, I know a fair few people who run canister filters with great success. I might add, yeah. I know that Abyss in Stockport, they run their main display on, I think it's 3 canister filters, which is incredible. Do you know what I mean? And you've only got to go and see that tank. I mean, as much as I don't really get on with the chap, and his establishment, I've got to admit, like, I mean, the display tank is fantastic, and it's run on 3 canister filters. I think it's run on the fluval ones, the large fluval ones. Is it SKs or something like that, or what? SK6 or 9s or whatever. Yeah, the huge ones.
I think I know what you mean.
They're running them ones. They're running those ones, the fluval ones. 3 of them.
Someone's put an FX2 fluval. FX2 fluval. I started researching and looking, and I think the key with the canisters is you just got to keep them maintained. I know you can anyway, but if you go off the money off of those and they start building up and breaking down and into nitrates, and all of a sudden you start getting your parameters going all over the shop. And that's only from what I've read. I've never had them before.
They used to call them the nitrate factories, didn't they? That's what they used to say. Well, you know what, though? It goes to good husbandry, don't it, Paul? You know what I mean? At the end of the day,
yes.
If you keep on top of it, it's just like our sumps. If you let our sumps build up with the detritus and all the gunk that goes into it, that bypasses either your filter socks or bypasses your roller filters or whatever you may be running, you're still going to get that sediment of crud at the bottom of your tank, which you need to suck out at some point, you know what I mean? And it's the same thing in a filter and canister filter, except you need to do it more regular,
it's a lot smaller, isn't it?
Compared to
There's a guy
it's a lot smaller,
There's a guy on YouTube, it's really ironic you're saying this, Steve, with a canister filter. There's a guy on YouTube, I watched a video, I don't know when it was, a couple of days ago, and on YouTube he's called Mike, and he runs an SPS dominated tank on a canister filter.
Really?
Oh, you're joking!
Wow!
Look at it on YouTube. Yeah, look at him now.
I watched
it only a couple of days ago. I watched it, and he's called Mikey, 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 and then Mike, and then Mike, EY, and then MIKE. And then MIKE again, and then MIKE again. And he runs
Mikey Mike.
Mikey
Mike.
I don't know. Canister filter.
Mikey Mike.
That's the one. Yeah.
Let's have a look.
SPS tank canister filter. Fair play to him.
Fair play.
Braver than me.
Oh yeah, Mikey Mike. Oh yeah, there he is. Picture that, and that's running on a canister filter. Oh my God, that is stunning. Well, you know what? Let's see if we can put a link up to this channel here while we're at it. Let me have a look.
You could probably share your page with it on.
Yeah, I'll share it now. Let's see if I can do it. Just bear with me, guys. There we go. Let's share. Yeah, share it. Are we on it? Yeah, there we go.
That's the one. Yeah.
Go check this. Go check this guy out. Yeah, go check this guy out. Mikey Mike, and it's all run on a canister filter. Wow. Yeah, canister filter reef tank. Yes, tips and secrets to successful canister reefing filler. Go check this guy out. I'm going to subscribe to him. In fact, I'll subscribe to him now. Actually, let's subscribe to him, and I'll go and check him out. Wow, that is mad. So go check him out, guys. Show him some love, and wow, that's crazy. Mikey Mike. Mad. So yeah, let's move away from this screen. Perfect. So here, Aquarium, yeah. Go over to him, Mikey Mike, and check him out because he's obviously the main man running that SPS dominated tank on the canister filter.
I think he bypasses it. Sorry, I think he bypasses it with a Cheeto reactor as well. I think from memory.
Right. Through Cheeto reactor.
Still, that's something, isn't it? That's pretty good.
Yeah, fair play to him.
Yeah,
fair play.
Darren's saying he's not going to Aqua himself now due to the date change. Gill's Aquarium, are they photosynthetic, Paul? What's he talking about there?
So
now?
That's the dinos. The research I looked at.
Oh, the dinos. Right.
Yeah, is that they're all photosynthetic, but I'm not speaking that from a position of a lot of knowledge. That's only from what I've read that they all seem to be. It's just a case of the ones I've got don't go into the water column during the night. They stay to the sand and they stay to the rocks. Therefore, UV doesn't work. I think it seems like the majority of them do seem to float, but some don't. So therefore, UV might have a little bit of a decent effect because some may, come off the rocks and go down the filter sock and that. But the vast majority don't move at night. So that's why I'm not using the UV and have to take a slightly different route on that. But I mean, I'm not that knowledgeable. I've just done some research on it to see how do you treat it. And the proof of being the pudding, that if it all goes in, I would say, yeah, tick that one off. If you have this, and this is one way of doing it, because it may not work for someone else. I mean, everyone said to me, get a UV, but the research and the others say, right, you got to get a microscope because there's so many different types. And until you know the type, you won't know how to treat it. So I could have put UV on and it probably wouldn't have worked from the research I've done. So I think it's one of those where I've got the microscope now, and then I'm probably going to see what's happening in a couple of weeks, take some samples, because I've got some other stuff where I think I have got some diatoms coming in. Of course, I can get the microscope and you can see the diatoms look very different to the dinos. So that'll be interesting to see. So, so John's put on there about watching the reef with Mac. Yeah, I watched that one. It was a really good one, John, on that. So that's where I got some.
He's also put down that after seeing your CO2 scrubber, John's is on the way. So got the media I mentioned on Instagram. Nice. Let us know how it goes, John. Hope it all goes swimmingly well. Let's have a look to see so we can catch up.
You'll definitely get a kicker on the pH. You'll definitely go up. I think from people I speak to, it varies usually from about 0.2 up to about 0.4.
Yeah,
in terms of the increase that you get. I don't know why people get different. I suppose just the way the system works, and also your skimmer and stuff. So I've got something like a 0.4 increase. I've got a really good skimmer, so that must have a good effect on it. Because I've got a NIOS 120, which is for 450 liters, so way oversized for a 170 tank. And the bubbles on a NIOS skimmer are just nuts. They're just really good skimmers. They sometimes go a bit mad and overflow, but that's a different issue. But they're really efficient skimmers. Although since I put the reef mat on, it's definitely not skimming as much. Obviously, I've got the bubbles, but the amount of skimmer has gone down a lot, which is what you expect if you're using a roller mat.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, you all know with me when I ran mine, it was like I had the valve open on it, on the canister.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, and then I ran my skimmer every other day. When my nutrients were running lower, even though I was feeding heavy, and then I switched it off. Then my skimmer switched to every other day coming on. Sometimes missed 2 days, and then went on the third day because, like I said, it was just with the roller with the clarity, and then the skimmer, which was, to be honest, was is usually oversized for my tank in theory. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was skimming too much out. It was taking too much of the nutrients out of the tank, and that was what was lowering it all the time. And then, like I said, the moment I opened it up, And that's why a roll on that Canister was lasting me like, sometimes it was lasting me 4 or 5 months, some of that rolls, because it wasn't taking anything out. That's how bad it was. It was lasting me 4 months, one of the rolls, because it was only going round it because they had the valve open, the gate open, which is good. But they do sometimes they can overskim it, so they can take too much out of your tank. You know what I mean? Which people are unaware of. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm just finishing off the review of the Reef Mat 250, and I noticed a big difference. So I had an Eheim pump in. I've got no idea what the flow rate was in it. I bought it with a tank. It's 7 years old. Eheim pumps are just like Trojans. They just go and they go and they go. And I put the S2 on, and I was only getting about 4 centimeters a day on, because it tells you in the app how much you're using. And I put the S2 on, it's gone up to 30 centimeters a day, and now it's settled back down. The water clarity is a lot better. And I'm now thinking, I don't want to take too much out, because all of a sudden I'm going to starve my corals. So what I can do, I could lower the flow on it, and of course then it'll pull more through, less through, in which case then you'll have more nutrients in the tank. So I'm going to keep an eye on it, really base it on how much it's using. But I know if I turn because the S2 are really adjustable, aren't they? So it's only running at 22, so I could reduce it a little bit, and it'll pull less crap out. So and I've got to say, I probably wouldn't put a roller mount on a tank that's less than 12 months old, because I think you're asking for trouble, because you think about how dodgy the nutrients can be. You can pull them out really quick, and all of a sudden you bottom out, and then you've got a world of pain, haven't you, for your corals, but also rather.
Well, you've got dinos and cyano and everything. Oh it's just a nightmare. No, I agree there, mate. Definitely agree with you on that one. Definitely 12 months minimum, I think. So your tank's established, or if you've got really excessive amounts of nutrients that you need to strip out, then fair play. But they do, because and you know what the ironic thing is, they can take them out really, really quick. You don't realise how fast you can take them out. It's just so efficient. It just strips them out, mate.
But also, what I have seen, a couple of big tanks, and AAC do this on the big display. I don't know if it's still got it. They have a roller mat in it, but it runs off of a different pump. So they have it through the filter socks. But what they're not doing is they're not all the water, 100% of the water's not going through the roller filter. So therefore, not everything's being polished. Therefore, it keeps the nutrients in there. So they're using it as a form of control, but it's not doing all the water. I think it's easier on a bigger tank, because obviously you've got a bigger sump. Therefore, you could do a freestanding one with a pump. In the 3 tanks I got, I could do that probably on the 3-foot tank, but I couldn't do it on the 170. And I certainly, I can't have one on this anyway. I could do, but I'm not going to use one. So it's another way of filtration, but you hedge your bets.
Similar to turning your skimmer off, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah, but I've kept the skimmer going, because skimmers take out stuff that a roller mat wouldn't touch, and you don't even know there, and you don't measure it. So from what I've heard over the years, in terms of, got no proof of it, it's only from what I've read over the years, in terms of a skimmer doesn't just take out the particles that we see, it can also skim out some other crud. But I suppose also it skims out good stuff as well. So it doesn't say, I'll put the good stuff back and take the bad stuff out, does it? So it's not, it doesn't discriminate.
Well, the thing, I am putting polls out while we're going across here. Now, I did put a poll out before on whether flow was important. There's 38 people, nice. 100%. So flow is, like I said, extremely important, and every one of you is totally agree. I've just put another poll out, because I'm going to come on to Rick's 69 question here, and he's put on dipping. Question on dipping: are there corals you wouldn't dip? So I put down: do you dip your corals? Yes or no? So comment in the poll. So Rick's question is on dipping: are there any corals you wouldn't dip? And my first, for me, 100% is chalices. I wouldn't dip a chalice, especially like a rainbow chalice. I never dip my rainbow chalice. Every other coral I've dipped. From memory, let me think. Let me just think. Every other coral I've dipped. Yeah, every other coral I've dipped. And I always dip the corals. And if I can take them off the flag plugs that they come on, unless they're absolutely based out on them, then I won't do. But if I can, I'll take them off the flag plug, and then I'll put them on my own flag plugs that I'll have in the sump that's seeded, and I'll stick them onto that. and then I'd put them in an iodine dip just to clean them, make sure that they're okay, and then rinse them off and put them in the tank. That's how I do it. So on that one, other than rainbow chalice, I wouldn't dip that, mate. Excuse me.
So I didn't dip my rainbow chalice, but I have dipped chalices before, and I tend to find they lose colour. So I haven't lost a chalice through dipping, but they do sulk and they do lose their colour. But I find with chalice that they usually come back, so they'll just fade. But the rainbow chalice, I didn't have the guts to do it, to be fair. So I just took it off the frag plug. But with chalice, quite often you get things that hide, because quite often the chalice have a little cap and there's a little rim to around the edge and things hiding that. Yeah. So I get a toothbrush and stuff like that and just scrub it underneath, because it can live on the flesh, but on the underside. So very rarely I've seen anything on the top, but underneath, quite often you find things on chalice. I found anyway from where I've gone. So I tend to dip them, even though I know they're just going to look like crap for a while, but then they recover. Steve, you're on mute. I think you're talking, but can't you?
Yeah, sorry guys. Yeah, I was on mute. Yeah, Scott there. He's mentioned he knows his stuff, and he's saying that he wouldn't dip Spososio, Incinata, and just so finicky and fragile. Not worth the risk. Exactly. I have to agree. I have to agree with you there, Scott. But yeah. So Tom, what about you, mate? Would you is certain corals that you wouldn't dip SPS or? I mean, I'm assuming you'd agree with Scott in there. I've had
a few that have not liked it, and a few that I think that I should have dipped that I haven't dipped, and I've unfortunately experienced the the other side of the fence. So yeah, I've had a mixed bag of experience with it, to be honest with you. I think it depends on. I think it would deal. For me, it's how you deal with the frag. You know, take it off a plug is my preference. You know, from an egg point of view, and anything else that you bring into your system, make sure you're observing it, and just give it a good once over. You know, again, for me, I agree with what Josh said the other week when he came on the stream about cutting it, you know, from the base, so you've got a fresh cut, and then gluing it, you know, so that you've got you're not fetching any, you've got no hitchhikers, you're not fetching anything into your system. So that's my preference anyway. That's what I do. I take everything off a plug. So again,
perfect.
We've all got our own ways of doing things, haven't we?
Excuse me. Sorry guys, I've got a bit of a cough here. Sorry. Let's have a put. Oh, Mo's Reef joins. How's it going, Mo? Hope you're well. Steve, you're a legend. I wouldn't call myself a legend, mate. I call myself God. No, I won't say that, mate. No, I'm only joking. Legend. I appreciate that, mate. When's the new tank coming? Hopefully, mate, it's going to be around. I'm thinking about. I'm going to get about March. I reckon it's going to be March. Sometime in March, I reckon it's going to be. We're near enough finished all the living room and stuff. It's been such an arduous task. You know, once you start, don't you find, guys? I know it's going off the subject, but once you start on a job in a living room, it seems to expand and expand and expand. And it's like, get this, get that, do this, do that. And it's just, it goes on forever, doesn't it? So, yeah, we're finally getting there, Mo. So I appreciate it. But, yeah, as soon it's going to be coming soon. That is for sure. Daryl's put cheers. No problem. And let's have a look. I don't want to miss anybody out. Darren's put Scullies or Chalice. Yeah, Scullies. That's a good one. That's a good shout. That's fair. Yeah, that's a good one. Gil's put he highly recommends going onto the flow. He highly recommends the new J-Bow Wi-Fi pumps. He's got 5 of them. 22,000 pumps and can control them exactly the same as an MP40 on the J-Bow. I didn't even know that, to be honest. J-Bow.
No, I didn't either. I didn't either. No.
Not as good as the app. Well, fair play. You know what? That is interesting to know. John, he said he's woke up this morning to find a hermit crab eating his conch. You know what? This so, how can I put it? Hit and miss, those hermit crabs. Sometimes the hermit crabs are quite, nice and they're good and they're great residents
Could have been worse.
into an
Could have been
aquarium.
worse.
And then some others, they're worse, aren't they? You know what I mean? They're evil, aren't they? Some of them. I suppose it's just what you get.
It could have been worse. Could have been his prostate.
Oh, come on now. Hey, calm down. Oh, that's the one secretary. That's what I was meaning. Yeah, the FX2 Fluval. Yeah, that's. Oh, it could be that one. The FX6. I think it might be that they're running on actually in Abyss. To be fair, Alex Brooks has put as acro flags are small, you can ease the flow instead of. Pretty much, to be honest, as the colony grows, it can easily get damaged with detritus stuck in the centre. Exactly, that's exactly what you need to do. You need to, and that's what's good about those pumps that we said, where you can alternate the flow pattern from different, from different ones. You know what I mean, throughout the day, over a 24-hour period. Because, like you said, and like you said, Paul, well, I think it was you, Paul. You said about getting the the nutrient export. That's a good really one on it. But like I said, if you have fine sand, it's a nightmare. It's an absolute, because it's just it's no good. So as much as that flow pattern is good, it is and it isn't. You know what I mean? If you've got fine sand, it's a no-go. But if you've got satellite toms, it's perfect. You know what I mean?
I've learned to live in certain parts of the tank. There is no sand. Because you have to kind of make a decision on that. So I know there's a right-hand corner and then at the back, which obviously is not a problem. That as soon as I put the sand back, it just disappears. So what I've done, I've just put a couple of corals there, so it just hides the bare patch on it. So
since I put these in the other day, I've got a channel at the front of the tank where the gravel's moving. And it's agitated, which is obviously ideal for detritus.
Which is a good thing, really, isn't it?
Which is a good thing. But had it have been sand, I would be staring at the base of my tank right now, and it'd be doing my head in.
I've learned to live with it. I'm not like that. So if there's a bare patch, I know why, and I just leave it. Unfortunately, I'm not like it. It would drive me mad otherwise. Tough luck, innit? The alternative is you don't have as much flow in your corals. So for my vanity, I think it's on it. Just leave it, and the corals are happy, so that's all that matters. But I can understand why some people just hate it and they want that kind of uniform approach to their sand. Fortunately, I'm not like that.
Yeah, no, I agree.
As bad though.
No.
Yeah,
you have.
Second reef
just on sand.
Secretary said he's running an FS6 on his freshwater predator tank. I mean, you know what? Listen, canister filters. There's nobody. I mean, we've had this conversation many times, haven't we, Paul? Especially in our live streams, haven't we, about like canister filters? Could it work? Should you put one on a saltwater tank? You know, etc., etc., etc. And there's so many. You could talk about this for hours and hours and hours, yeah. And it basically comes down to your husbandry. If you're good at maintaining, cleaning, maintaining, maintaining it, making sure that they're changed, the sponges are changed, and etc., etc. You know what I'm talking about. If you're good with that, canister filter, exactly like just on Mikey Mike's, like Fingers just mentioned, Tom, Mikey Mike's. Just look at his tank. I'm going to go over there for sure tomorrow. So when obviously I'm in work tomorrow, but after work I'm going to have a look and I'm going to see, because I'm just intrigued, to be fair, on how he's done it. But he obviously must have great husbandry of maintaining them. You know what I mean, to keep them like soups, especially in SBS. He must have. There's no other words that you can say.
I don't think he's got many fish from when I remember watching the video. So there's not a lot of nutrient input.
So that helps, doesn't it?
Yeah. Right. Oh, right. Yeah. Fair play. Yeah. Okay. But other than that, though, even to run an SPS tank,
just hats off. I won't even dream. I won't dream of it.
That's exactly. You know, we struggle with it. We struggle with subs. You know what I mean? And with everything, all the high-end stuff and kit and it. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, you know what? 10 out of 10 for that. And then Lee's put thinking about getting a refractor KH keeper. Just go back to a few of my videos, yeah. Go back, watch a few of them videos. You'll see my opinions on them. But the KH Keeper 1, no. KH Keeper Plus, go for that one, because I've never had a problem with that, to be fair. Touch wood, I don't want to jinx myself, but I've never had any issues with the second generation, so to speak. of KH keeper, to be fairly. It's always ran spot on. But I know a few people have had issues. I know my mate Scott who's in the stream, he's had a few issues with readings and stuff. But yeah, I suppose it's and you, Tom was as well.
The pipe, what was the pipe that comes out of it? And I was getting it was near 1.35, so it was growing algae in it. So therefore, it was clogging up the drain pipe, and it was messing all the readings up. But anyway,
you know what? You know, because mine was doing that, and you know what I did? Like I read on it, like you know the LED light that you have on it and comes up. So if it's perfect, it goes green or blue and red or whatever. It's always turn the lights off, so turn the LEDs, and it doesn't grow the algae, you know, in the tubing and the pipe and the tubes and the pipes. So I switched all them off, and and since I did that, it's spot on. I never had any issues. It all red read. It was perfect. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it looks nice, doesn't it? You know, when it's got a green reading on the thing, and it's like, it's perfect. It's in between. It's perfect. It's in between what I need. But that light is like growing algae like there's no tomorrow in the pipes, you know, in the tubing. So, But other than that, I mean, to be honest with you, Lee, I've never had an issue with the second generation. The first one, like I said before, was a bit. Well, it wasn't good, to be fair. But the second one has always been fine. You know what I mean? So. Yeah,
I think stuff like that though.
Go second hand now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there is.
Not me. Yeah. You know what I mean? So if you don't want to get a brand new one, you know, the KH keeper is it 769 or something, or 799 I think, or whatever the was. You know what I mean? Still expensive.
Yeah.
How much?
I think they're about 700 quid.
Yeah,
you're not going to get much change out of that, if anything at all. Okay, someone's saying.
Well, I seen a couple of them on eBay. They were going for like for like 425 and 400 quid, mate. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean. It's worth maybe if you are looking on eBay and stuff like that.
I've got one I'm trying to get rid of. Tell them to message me.
Tom's looking to get one rid of one.
I'm looking to get rid of one at the fish house. Message me. It's a plus as well. But no, all I was going to say with that is I think that don't use it don't rely on it solely to run your tank. It gives you a reference point, a range, an indication.
Yeah, you need to double check, don't you? Calibrating and stuff like that as well.
Yeah, no, for sure, mate. And that is one thing, to be honest. Yeah, I will say that to you, Lee. Is like if you do get one, you've got to calibrate it. Yeah, I mean, I know it's a pain in the bum. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Yeah, and it says like do it monthly and stuff, and you calibrate your pH with your solutions and stuff. Make sure you put your solutions in your tank, because that's what people don't do yet is
heat it up.
Is they don't run it, at the temperature of the tank. Yeah, so I stick mine in the tank, let it get up to about 25 degrees, and then a pH, and then I put the pH probe in to calibrate it that way. And make sure you calibrate it, because if you calibrate it, it does seem to stay on point. It seems to stay on point. You know what I mean? So definitely worth calibrating it once a month. It takes literally 10 minutes. 15 minutes to maximum, to calibrate. And what's that out of a month? It's nothing, is it? You know what I mean? So
it's like anything,
calibrate it, and it should be good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like that. You think about the Hannah checkers in terms of the salinity,
like the salinity check off.
All of those kind of things. You should be to do that. But
no, I agree, mate.
My bugbear calibration.
What?
That is a pain.
I said it's my bugbear calibration. I still can't quantify why you spend hundreds and thousands of pounds on this equipment, but you have to check that it's actually doing the job that you bought it to do in the first place. It baffles me. But I get it.
I get it. I get it, mate. I get it.
Spend £700 on something. It's going to tell me my alkalinity, but I'm going to have to make sure it tells me my alkalinity is right every month.
No, I get it, mate. You know what? It is one of those things, but you know what though, to make it, but it's peace of mind in it. Once you know that you're doing it and it's done, and you think to yourself, well, I've done everything what the manufacturers have said, run it, calibrate it every month, do this, do that, etc., etc. Yeah, and then if it's not running right, then you can contact them and say, look, it's still not running right. You know what I mean? What's going on? I'm doing everything you're telling me to do, etc., etc. But you know what though? Touch wood. I since I'm meticulously stuck to a monthly calibration with it, yeah, it does seem to near enough. It's a bit of a pain, but it works, mate. You know what I mean? And it's just one of those things.
Well, we said this before. But, the best thing about those is that they record the data for you, so you can see trends, or you can look at the personality.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
certainly.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. Right then, guys. So we're now hit 9:30. Now, guys, obviously, you're all here for the MP40 giveaway. They've already started doing it. And look at that. Look at this. Don't even have to mention it. They're doing it already. Paul, have you got your typing hands on?
I will in a minute. I just got to do something for someone, and then I'll do it. So give me 3 minutes.
Right. So
and then I'll start.
Steve, what you should do is you should give Steve. You should give half the MP40 away this week, and then give the other half away next week.
What, the dry side, then the wet side?
Yeah, they could have the wet side this week, yeah, and the dry side next week.
Like one of those magazines that's like $1.99 for the first edition and then $9.99 for the next 53 years.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Right, so it starts at 9:30, spot on, and the first one is 1-1. That is the first one who started it. So, you know what, 1-1. I love the actual thumbnail. I love your actual picture. Is that?
Can't see it.
Is that one of those? We've seen it 1-1. What is it? What's that thumbnail of?
Let's have a look.
No, it's not a Smurf, is it? What is it? What is it? Oh, it's one of those things out of that cartoon, isn't it? Well, I love your thumbnail anyway. So it's 1-1. He's the first guy, or she.
1-1. Let's have a look.
Yeah. What is it? That thumbnail of it.
I'm looking now. Where are we here?
So yeah, guys, you want to be in it? Yeah, you need to put MP40 giveaway. MP40 giveaway to be in on Spin the Wheel. We're going to be drawing it. Probably maybe about 10-2, something like that.
A minion of Despicable Me.
Minion. That's it. It's a minion. Yeah, that's it. A minion. I couldn't get the name. Yeah, it's a minion, isn't it? Yeah, I love him. Look at him.
Looks like Jay when he's got off sunbed.
Oh yeah, that talking about Jay, he did message me on things saying that he's unfortunately he couldn't make it. So guys, Sound Studios put BMW giveaway. Unfortunately, we haven't got a BMW, but maybe we could do that on Tom's first upload of his YouTube channel. So we maybe get back to you on that one.
What?
Yeah, we'll sure Tom will put that up. MP40 giveaway, there's tons, there's absolutely tons. There's 70 people in the house, 70 people in the house. So we're loving it. We're loving this. It's a minion, Critical Reefs, but absolutely.
Right, I'm going to start updating. Steve, I'm going to start concentrating on update. Oh my God, all of these names.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start doing it now. Right? I'll use 2 gas.
Yeah. Starts at 1-1, mate. 1-1.
Can I comment? Do I get to win it?
At 9:30. Yeah, my missus said, because she enter. So enter it. Let's enter it. We'll all enter it. I'll enter it. We'll all enter it. Let's everybody enter it.
We're so funny. If we're so funny.
Oh, imagine that my missus entered it and she won it. Oh, how bad would that be, mate? Yeah, we can't do that, can we? Jason Wardle. Unn's Reef is in the house. Oliver is joined us. Bob. Everyone's doing it. Tony. That's it. Everyone get it in. You're not going to get many prizes like this on the. You're not going to get many prizes like this for sure. Mickey Boy Mick has entered it. MP40. Kieran. Even Kieran. Everyone. Julian. Look at this. This is flying with all it. Nice. Mark. Even Mark. Hold on a minute. Mark Temple and Martin Temple. Are you two the same, or are you brothers? What's going on here? Mark Temple and Martin Temple. Fair play. Brothers. Maybe brothers or just the same name. George. George, you need to put MP40 giveaway, mate. That doesn't stick. Giveaway P. MP40, my friend. Put comment below MP40 giveaway. That's what you need to put down. to be in with a chance to win it. LG Auto Care, everybody's in the house. Appreciate it very much so, guys. Liam, evening, Liam. Regulars only, a lot of live stream virgins tonight. I wonder why. Absolutely. Well, you never know. Hopefully they'll join us next week on Paul's channel or whoever's channel it might be. It might be Tom's. You never know. We'll see. Gal is in the house. Evening, Gal. Mo's put down. Mo's Reef has put it down. Manic P. Evening, Manic. Scott has put down. Mogsy, have you not noticed Gil's aquarium thumbnail changed to have long hair for Jill? No, I haven't, mate.
Did you not notice it?
I'll have a look at that in a minute. Jazz Gilmore, evening, Jazz. We're flying through this. Jake, J8KE, MP40, a new guy in the house. George, I did, mate. Sorry, George, where did I see that? Let me have a look. George. Did George put MP40? MP40 giveaway. Did he put MP40? If he did, mate, I apologise. Oh, sorry, there you go. Sorry, George. Apologies, my friend. You did. You are in the giveaway. Let's have a look. Jazz. Let's have a look. They are brothers. Mark and Martin. Is it Mark and Martin? Yeah, I think it was Mark and Martin. Is it in the giveaway? Matt Swan, Reef Talk on Sunday needs to give giveaways on our live streams. Listen, we're the only guys who give live stream giveaways, mate. We are the guys that give the live stream giveaways. And maybe, you know what? I mean, we was gonna. In fact, the guys actually, when I put them the thumbnail, I'll tell you the story. Yeah? When the guys did the thumbnail, they were all talking. They said, "You need to change that thumbnail," and I was like, "Why is that?" Anyway, because they don't know what you're going to be giving. You know what you're going to be, what you're beginning giving away and stuff like that. So they went, "It could be one of your mugs," and I was like, "What's wrong with mugs? It's a famous mug. Everybody wants a famous mug." You know what I mean? So you know what? Stay tuned. We will be giving out one of my mugs away. We've got a few of them left. In the cupboard, we need to do a bit of clear out, so we'll be giving a mug away for sure. Scott's put massive thanks to Exodus for the prize. Absolutely, Jez and Steve from Exodus really stepped up, and you know what, I really appreciate. You know, they didn't have to. Absolutely, massive thanks for them for giving us this, because, like I said, guys, you know what? To be honest with this, you know, without companies like that reaching out, you know, and giving us an opportunity like this, we could never do this. I could never afford to give out a pump like this for sure. You know what I mean? So yeah, I really appreciate the guys at Exodus for giving us this. Let's have a look. I mean, come on, guys, click the thumbs up, folks. 10 likes. There's 70 of you in the house, 71 of you in the house. Go on, right? Anybody who doesn't like it, they're gonna get crossed off. We're not gonna have him, Paul. Yeah, so delete him. Check on it. Check on him, mate. Check on him. 10 likes. Everybody click the likes. Everybody needs to click likes. Yeah, I need at least 40 likes. 40 likes. We need at least 40 likes, guys. Come on.
No, 50. We don't do the draw until you got 50.
50. Yeah. I'll tell you what. Give me 50 likes. 50 likes, yeah. And next week on whoever's channel is, we'll be giving a giveaway of a mug. Yeah, we'll give one of the Mogsys Aquarium mugs away. 50 likes. We need 50 likes. Hit the like board, and we'll give a mug away next week. Yeah, we'll give a mug away. Let's have a look. Sounds Furio. Reef Dog never gives nothing out. He just wants YouTube fame. You know what, mate? It's each to their own, I suppose. But you know, at the end of the day, it's one of the. I mean, Reef Dog is the more for us. We're just all about banter, having a laugh. Friday night live streams. That's what it's all about. Having a nice drink, meeting up with nice people, talking to people. That's all we're all about, mate. That's what we're. Reef Dog, Alex. Love, you know, I really like the guy. He's a fantastic guy. He's like the more professional sort of thing. But yeah, I mean, it's each to their own. But
we're professional.
Excuse me. We just do it as it is. We would class ourselves as or I would class myself as a semi-professional, semi-pro. I'm getting there. We're learning. There was 77 online a minute ago. Now it's 67. Mate,
she's ignoring us.
It is what it is.
Oh dear.
One I really thought I want a mug for looking after your clowns, mate. You can do, no problem. We've got a few of them. I think we've got about three or four of them left. I've sent one. I'm sending one out because somebody mentioned was it Christmas time or something? Did one? I could have sworn I sent one out, and he said he never got it. Oh no, there's two. Sent one out. He could have sworn I sent the second one, but it was my bad. Must have forgotten. So we're sending him one out. So he's going to get that. But yeah, we've got a few left. Maybe I might do an update. I might even actually do another, get some more made of the little nano. Maybe I might even do that. So we'll see how it goes. Your tank is better than Reef Dogs. Well, it was, mate. It was. But you know, I mean, maybe the new one when that comes, we're going to smash it. SPS,
not literally.
We're definitely going to be on something. No, we're not going to smash it. No. But we are going to be on it, mate. We are going to be on it for sure. And it's not going to be all SPS because, as a lot of people do mention, we're having the bubble coral, aren't we? So bubble coral. If you don't know, it's not an SPS coral. So we are having the bubble coral in there, and that's an exception. It's an exception.
Mixed reef.
You're on 55. Is that 55 likes now? Is that 55 likes? Let me have a look on my phone here now, guys. 1 minute.
There you go.
We are on 55 likes.
Right, 60.
That's good. 60. I'm on 60 likes. Right. Well, we're definitely doing a mug update next week, mate. We'll do an update. A mug giveaway as well. We'll do a mug giveaway. A mug giveaway, yeah. And I'm not mugging it off, guys. We'll do a mug update next week, and we'll do a giveaway, mate, for sure. So let's have a look. Boom, boom, boom. Are we on it? 67 watching. Let's have a look. 61 likes. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So that's it. 100%, guys. We're having that on. Let's have a look. Regulars all there, mate. You know what? It's each to their own. I suppose everybody's in with a chance to win. It's really appreciate it. Just looking at my grandson there. My grandson's on the phone. Let's have a look. John Wright, Mogsys Aquarium. You say that, Steve. Well, your tank was so much better than Reef. Mate, I really appreciate that, John. You know what? I just tried to do my best. That's all it is, mate. You know, and reefing, and if we can help people out or try and help people out, then that's all we're all about, mate. You know what I mean? It's just that's just the way I am, mate. Just the way I am. Let's have a look. Mug, please. Take it out of the blue for me, please. Lee, you know what, mate? If I've got a few, if I get some more made, I'm gonna get some more. I'll make some more made. I've got contacts who make some, so we'll get some more made, and we'll send some out to you. We'll bring some up. Lee's Reef numbers going down now that they've entered 71. We're at, mate. We're at 71. Mogsy, you're a pro. Appreciate it, mate. MP40 giveaway a load of people. Can't wait for your SPS tank, Mogsy. You will smash it. Fingers crossed, mate. I hope so. And Scott's also put in, he wants a mug and a sticker for the coral baby. Say, Scott, 100%, mate. In fact, I'll have a look in there. I'm sure I've got about 4 left. I think I've got 4, so we'll get them out. One next week. We'll do a giveaway next week, and Sound Studio, he wants a mug for Fish Palace. I don't unfortunately think he doesn't, but you know, he can send you one of his own ones. Maybe with a cup of tea stain or something like that. Maybe cup of tea stain. In fact, let him speak to Jeeves. He might send you one out from the garage, mate. Well, yeah, Let Jeeves sort you out. Spin the wheel. That's exactly what we're going to do, mate. It's quarter 2. Paul is doing his best for sure. Lindsay Beard, MP40 giveaway. Mo's Reef Mug giveaway. Mo, next week we're going to be doing that as well for sure. Now that we've hit 60, how many? Can you, any of you guys look at how many we've hit now? 61 it was before we hit more. 74, 75 in the house now already. 75 people in the house. This is one of the most we've ever had, to be fair. Unbelievable. Appreciate the love, guys. 62, 63. Let's get it going. Let's get it going to 70, guys. See if we can get 70. Fish Palace is putting 946. He's up to date. He's the mastermind, the finger of pressing the keyboard. Fish Palace is. He's the mastermind.
Who's what?
Yeah, I'd have been there all night, mate. I'd have been there all night, mate. Oh, hold on a minute, Scott. Now you're pushing the bar, mate, and a photo saying you're my favourite reefer. Now, hey, let's calm down there a little bit. I'll give you the mug, mate. Yeah. Love him. I love Scott. He's a good lad. Any Tom Farmer mugs is there in the making, mate. He did mention he's going to be making some of them Tom Farmer mugs. But yeah, that'll be probably be in April and May. Yeah. So we all up to date, Paul. We all up to date, mate.
Do what? Sorry, I wasn't listening. What'd you say?
You weren't listening. All right. Are those 99 pence earbuds working or what?
No, someone was talking to me.
Yeah. Oh right. Sorry, mate. Sorry, Paul. Right. Oh, he wants an autograph. Yeah, I'll give you an autograph. You can have an autograph. We can sort that out, mate. So we're all up to date, right? So at 21:50, guys. No more entries. We've got 3 minutes if you want to be in. 3 more minutes. It has ended. In 3 more minutes. So, like you said, I'm wishing everybody the good luck. And yeah, whoever wins, message me on Instagram, and then I'll forward your details, your contact details, onto to Jez or Steve from Exodus, and they will send you your new MP40 out. So, yeah. Good luck to every one of you guys for joining us. Like you said, you know, you always join us.
Listen.
What are you saying?
Right. I've put it in the bottom left-hand corner if you want to share it and people can check their names. Because I don't want people saying their name's not on there.
Yeah. So, guys, if you want to zoom in, if you can zoom in on your thing, then you can see. What you know you've got to do, guys, is, in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to film this here like this. So I'm going to just... Have a look here. Film this here like this. Yeah, so if you want to just slow it down, or you want to pause it, or whatever you can do and see, make sure that your name is on it. We're going to be drawing it in 2 minutes. 2 minutes, guys. Check it out. Make sure that your name is on it. If it's not, comment below quickly, and we can. Oh, Danny McGinty. Yeah, sorry. You just mentioned about the poll. Completely forgot about that, my friend. Because we have so much excitement here in this that we are. I think Dick Coral, yes, 86%. Oh, sorry, 83%. I said we've had 66 votes. 17% of the people said that no, they don't dip the corals. So basically, it's a unanimous decision that people do dip their corals. So Rennie, John Wright saying he can't see us. John's on.
He can't what? He can't see himself. Yeah, John's on there.
John's on there. John.
Yeah, I can see him there.
I know you're getting old, my friend. I know you're getting old, my mate. You want to go Specsavers or something like that, mate? You're definitely on it. I can see it myself. Yeah, you're on it. You're on it, John. You're on it, Chief. You'll always be on it, John. I can see it there myself. Yeah, John is definitely on. I mean, that is one of the biggest I've ever seen with all you guys. Right. So, yeah, we're coming up 49. You got literally 30 seconds. 30 seconds. John seeing it. Oh, he's colourblind. John, we'll forgive you, my friend. John is on it. So we've got literally 10 seconds, and it's going to be ended.
Lee, you're on there.
Right, Steve. Let Ross know we miss him. I will do, mate. Obviously, we're still in touch with Ross. Ross chats to us daily, and yeah, I will do, my friend. And that is it, guys.
Yeah.
No more voting.
I have 33. You're on there.
That's everyone. So is everybody on? What's I-33?
He's on there.
Lee Armstrong. Is Lee Armstrong on? Lee's on, yeah.
Yeah, he's on there. Yeah.
And I don't know whether Dan's Reef 1 has missed out. Unfortunately, mate, if you have, it's ended. Or did Dan put down? I can't remember, mate. I think he did. Did he put down?
Let me just check. Yeah, Dan's Reef 1.
You may be blind. Dan's Reef 1. Yeah, Dan's Reef 1. You're on. So, guys, you know what? Good luck. Wishing every one of you every success. Hopefully you win. And Paul, if you want to hit the button, mate, good luck.
Yeah.
Click to spin, lads. Click to spin. It's a pity we've not got no drum rolls. Who is it going to be?
Kieran Young.
Kieran Young.
Kieran Young. You are the winner of an Ecotech MP40.
Ooh.
Message me on Instagram, mate. Message me your details. I'll hit them over to Exodus. And mate, what a prize! What an absolute prize you've got there. So yeah, really appreciate you you all joining it. And like I said, guys, you know what? Hopefully we can do some more of these. We can do a few more different ones. And fingers crossed. Everything. Yeah, really appreciate it. Kieran, well done, my friend. Well done. So you know what, guys, that was pretty good, wasn't it? That was pretty. Enjoyed that. That was close. It was close to the bear. I mean, Mickey Boy, Mick there, he had this, and then it flew to. Yeah, it was so close. Oh, mate, it was so close. Well, you know what, though, you got to be in it to win it. You know what I mean? And that's it. So you know what, I appreciate it. He's left the stream. He probably has, mate. Probably has. But he's won it. So message me.
And if he doesn't claim by what day, and we're coming back again, what day has he got to claim it by?
Yeah. I'll tell you what. So I'll tell you what. So if you've not messaged me by, so what is the date? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So you're not messaged me by
Sunday.
Oh, here he is. Oh, he's actually won it. There he is. Message me, Instagram me. Yeah, make sure you message me on Instagram. Hit me up with a message, and I'll pass your details over, and that gets sent out to you, mate. So yeah.
Someone said claim in the next 2 minutes. I reckon if he hasn't claimed it by the end of tomorrow, we're back next week.
Yeah. Not claiming by the end of tomorrow, it's gone, mate. Yeah. It's coming onto my new tag, mate. It's coming onto my new tag.
Snooze and lose.
Snooze, yeah, you snooze or you lose, mate. Absolutely, yeah. Or yeah. Or it's forfeited. Yeah. It's very true, that, mate. Very true. Alex Brooks, let's get a meeting sorted. Everyone, welcome to Fit Filtration in Sheffield. Selection of corals and fish. Good parking, mate. Absolutely. You know what? I'm either way, mate. That'll be. I'm fine with anything like that for sure. Week one, Scott's put week 1 wet side. Week 2 dry side. Yeah, true, mate. True. Yeah, week 3, yeah, the controller. Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. Oh, hey, now come on. Now the impeller. Yeah, week 4. Yeah, very, very true.
Our supplier.
Yeah. Fair play to you. Yeah. Now.
Oh dear.
Let's have a look. Wheel of Fortune this week. Right. Can we have a play your tanks right next week? Oh, I like that. Yeah. That'll be good. That'll be good. Nice. No, but yeah, literally, guys. Next week, yeah, we'll do one for next week. Yeah, for a Mogsys Aquarium Mug. I'll put one of them out, and yeah, we'll do that for next week. Seeing as we hit the how many did we hit actually overall in total?
How many likes?
60 odd.
I don't know.
Yeah, how many likes? How many likes did we hit there? No, 65. 65 likes we hit. So you know what? Fair play to you guys. Fair play to you. Yeah, well, I'm happy with that. That's really good. And yeah, Sound Studio, join us next week, mate. Whoever's channel it's going to be on, going to be linked over onto Instagram. It's either going to be on myself or Paul's or Tom's. Check us out. I think it'll be on Paul's. Check us out.
I think it's me.
Join us next week.
Yeah, it's you, Paul's, definitely.
And yeah, join us on thing.
More practice, please.
So I've got to do the talking, and I've got to do the wheel of mischief.
No, I'll help.
No,
I will help.
I'll do the wheel.
You're going to do the wheel?
I'll do the Wheel of Fortune if you want. I'll do the Wheel of Fortune, yeah. But we'll have to start it about 9 o'clock because, you know, we're tight at 8. I'm all right with
in the morning. In the morning.
Yeah. So, 8 o'clock, yeah. Yeah, in fact, I'll do what Tony Close did at start R4. So, you know, like he joins us at R4, we can start early doors, can't we? But yeah, no, we will do. And Critical Respawn, week 23, the plug fuse, yeah, absolutely, mate. You know. And Sound Studio, the BMW giveaway. I've told you about that, mate. That's going to be on Tom's channel. He's going to do that. Tom the Farmer.
What?
Tom the Farmer's going to do that, mate. And yeah, the BMW giveaway is on shop.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh dear, mate.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, hold on a minute. John's put it here. Can we do one for the £10 yellow tank? Well, that's Paul. I think that's down to Paul. Like, he might something to say about that. But
as they would say, it's a no from me.
Oh, Darren's Paul, Raja giveaway. Hey, maybe.
maybe. I think I've done calls before. It's a pain to post, so I'm not doing a call.
Yeah,
I've done it before.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of people are heading off. Well, I've said that we've still got 53, 54, 55 in the stream. Darren, as always, have a great weekend. All cracking one. Always a giveaway. Appreciate you, my mate, for joining as always. I know you always join us on the stream. Ian, again, hope you all have a great week. Until next week, join us. Don't forget, Ian, for the Mogsys Aquarium Mug, Redding's Reef. Great stream as always, and a great laugh.
Just start asking everybody what they want next week's topic of them.
Yeah, we could do, yeah. Well, we've got 4 minutes, yeah. So any of you guys who are already in, 53 people in the house still, yeah. Comment below quickly what you want the next week's live stream on. Anything you want, yeah. Comment below, and we'll put it out, and we'll see what we can talk about. There's a few things that we can talk about.
Got to be clean.
Oh yeah, it's got to be clean. Scott's put, can we do a comp for Paul's old corded headphones?
My precious, you're not getting those. They're my reserve.
He won't let them go. Yeah, he won't let them go.
Way.
He won't let them go. Jill has put a great chat, and as always, a great laugh.
It's a lovely wig. I love it. Lovely wig.
It's brilliant.
I love it, mate. I love it. Yeah. Daryl, thanks for joining us, my friend. Joining us all the time, every week.
Logo as well.
I really appreciate it, mate. Yeah. Best YouTube ever. Appreciate it, John. As always, mate.
Thanks, John.
Always in the house. Cheers, guys. UKM, Oliver. Cheers. Thanks for joining us. You know what? People are supposed to be going off, and people are joining us. So it's 55 people on. Appreciate you guys. Riggs 69, a Red Sea Reef 350 giveaway. Oh no!
You missed one.
Talk about that. What's that?
You missed. Go 2 up there. Look at that music.
Yeah, so yeah, we could talk. Yeah, it's possible we could talk about pH. Yeah, maybe we could get Jay to host it. Maybe we'll see about Jay hosting it. You know what Jay's like, pH. Maybe we can talk about him. Let's have a look. In fact, we'll go on to Riggs 69. What we'll do is, Riggs, we'll maybe can figure that out, yeah? After Tom's BMW 350 giveaway, or maybe Paul can give the Red Sea Reef 350. Yeah, we can talk about that. But yeah, we'll put it to vote.
We can talk about it. We can talk about it all you like.
Yeah, but it's the small print is it's a £500 entry fee.
Oh yeah, one of those raffles. Yeah,
a £50 ticket. Yeah, fair play. Hold on a minute. No, you're not having them, mate. No chance.
Oh,
You've got no chance,
really?
mate. No chance.
Oh dear.
Yeah, absolutely no chance of that. Let's have a look.
That's just put a picture in my head that I don't want.
I've just subscribed to my MP40. Please put a dose in. What, when, and what products. That's a good one. Yeah, that's interesting.
You got so much choice.
Paul,
so much choice.
Paul, write that down, mate.
Yeah, dosing.
Paul, write that down. I know you'll have a notepad.
Dosing would be a good topic. Yeah, good chat, dosing.
Okay, got that.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. Paul can write that down. He's got a notepad. He's the man with that. Let's have a look.
Well, I can use a pen.
Scribe. You're the scribe, Paul.
I just took a photo. I've used a piece of paper. It's important. That is.
Critical Reef, great stream as always, lads. Definitely be around next week. Absolutely, mate. Appreciate you all joining. Lee, as always, my friend, thanks a lot for joining in, stopping in. Good stream, guys. Looking forward to my cup. Laugh out, bring it when you come for the second tank tour. Absolutely, we're going to be doing another tank tour at Lee's on his sump and his other two tanks that he's got in his house. We're going to be doing that as well. But Gills, I know we're running out of time now. Final one, couple of ones. Would love a decent chat about trace elements. Starting using Modern Reef a few weeks ago. Absolutely blown away with some of the colours that I've shown in faces. Yeah, that's another one, mate. Nice. So we'll put that down.
We can do that with trace elements. Because you were talking about what you do that. When and what product. Trace elements is core to that, isn't it?
Trace elements. Yeah, absolutely. And Scott, we'll end on Scott's funny faces. So once again, guys, really appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I said, I mean, really good numbers today. I mean, obviously, it's because of the giveaway as well. Hopefully, you can all join us again. We still got 50 people, 44 people in the stream. But really appreciate you all joining us on a Friday. Yeah, really appreciate it. Have a great weekend, guys. Join us next week for the chance for the Mogsys Aquarium Mug on Paul's channel. And until next week, guys. Oh, got to put it out and make sure you stream into my video on Sunday. We're going to be dropping that one on Sunday. Don't want to miss that one. Check that out. And until next week, guys. I'll see you all then.